Hello YouTube and welcome to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I'm Alice Serafin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Well, this card is going to be, we're doing two cards from one 6 by 6 inch piece of DSP. And we're going to use the Stitch Rectangle dies, In the Moment stamp set, the Boughs and Blossoms stamp set, some crinkled seam binding ribbon, mint macaron cardstock and ink, plus of course memento. We might do a little coloring with some blends. I wasn't really sure about that. I thought about just leaving the images black and white. So let's put the whiteboard aside, and I need to bring in the DSP to show you, and I'll show you how I've cut this. So I'm using the retired. Now I can't find my piece of DSP, huh? Like I just stuck it in there. I shouldn't have. Well, I'll demonstrate with this shallow one. So I took one piece of DSP and I have some strips here because of how I cut this, and I'm going to probably mess up everything. All right. First of all, I needed to make a frame. So I took a piece of DSP and I cut here. Let me get the ruler and I'll show you. So I cut a piece of DSP from one sheet of 6 by 6 cardstock. You can choose any cardstock. This was 5 by 3 3/4. So just like that. Then I took my stitched rectangle die. That's not the correct die. Here it is, this one. And I die cut that image out. And I got this piece. So then I was left with this strip down here. Making sure I didn't cut anything else before I go looking. Oh, I did. I used this strip here. Then I had this strip here. So I cut 2 of these out like so. Okay. All I did is I took this strip, folded it in half so I could cut them all at one time. So I got those 2 strips. The main card was just being done with this one strip. So I used 3 of the stitched rectangle dies to do so. I also, when I cut this piece, I cut me a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. And I actually cut these 2 out at the same time. And then I trimmed this one down. This is going to be our first card. So let's get on. We need, like I said, we're doing 2 cards. Let me make sure this one is going with that one. I've got pieces. So I have 2 mint macaron card bases, 2 pieces that are 5 1/4 by 4, layering same color mint macaron on top of mint macaron. I really don't like doing this, but I decided to do something different. So for one of them, the card base is going to be like so. For the second one, we're still having our layering pieces. And I'm just laying this out for you to show you. This piece here, which is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, is for my stamped image that needs to go like so. So I'm just showing you how these cards came to be. This piece here is a stitched rectangle that is 3 1/2 by 2 1/4 to layer inside this stitched rectangle piece, which was from this piece of the frame. I simply cut a basic white down with another frame. I already showed you how I cut these 2. Those are going to layer up like so. Right behind there. This piece, I still have got to find a use for. Kind of crazy, huh? But we will. So there are how our cards are going to go. I am bringing in my Stamparatus, leaving my pieces together. I am going to use 2 images. Oh, I think we're going to do the same one just to show you 2 different cards. We're going to use this little one of the lady looking out the window. So, Stamparatus. We don't need the foam pad because this is red rubber. All right. My first image. I'm going to place it like that so I know my stamped image is going to be in the right spots. Let me hold this down. I also thought at the same time we do that, we might be able to get this in. Oh, it does. That is so cool. Definitely. Okay. So our first card is going to go like so. We're going to stamp this all at one time. Going to pick up that. And I'm even going to leave this on there. Looking for my Memento ink. So I can move this more on camera so you can see. If you use a stamp case to help pop that open up some, it's a little easier. The reason why I'm using the Stamparatus is if part of this image that I'm stamping does not get just perfect, I can re-stamp it again and again and again to where I'm happy with it. So you can take your sleeve, just using this to make it slide easier. Let's see how we got it. Yeah, I want it just a little darker. I can see that this is tilted. Oh, so I'm not going to worry about stamping that up. I will probably now, I could flip it over, couldn't I? All right, let's see about, no, we're going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it and I'll fix it. And I show you guys exactly how things come out. They don't always come out the way you want them. And I show you guys how I fix my cards. So there we have it. I'm really happy with this. Take that off now. Put it where it belongs. There's my little frame. Next is this image. And I wanted to do the same, but to do that, I'm going to have to clean these off. So I'm going to bring in my chamois. Another reason why this works great is I don't have to take, you can hear it squeak, squeak, squeak. I don't have to take anything off. There. Now I'm not sure. I am going to reposition this. I'm wondering if I can get this on there. I can't. So you know what? We're going to go to the boughs and blossoms. We're going to need this in a minute. Let me stick that there. We're going to do a little hello. Or it's been too long. I really like that it's been too long. But I'm not sure which is going to fit. And actually, neither of those are going to fit in there. All right. So we will use those on their own then. Let's just pick up our girl and ink her up. And stamp her down. And hopefully we don't got to do it a second time, but we do because it's just not quite dark enough. Look at, I got ink everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Another use for the Stampin' Chamois. Wow. That was bad. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's try this one more time. I'm glad it didn't get all over my sweater. Oh, much better. Okay, so that is all done. Now let's clean my image off so I can put it away. I don't need to leave it here. I'm gonna put this. Ooh, You're in My Thoughts really might fit on that one. Nope. I like that though too. This one I said we needed to restamp. I don't need the Stamparatus anymore, so my images are good. So we need to stamp this, and it will stamp on this little scrap I have. Oh, do not like that at all. I think I was pushing, just trying too hard. Let's not push like down like it's a anvil or something. It's just paper. All right. And why, I don't know why I didn't try to I didn't even try to line that up to where it was halfway straight. So one more time, and hopefully I won't have to. Wow. Okay, we are going to be doing some fussy cutting on that right away. Let's see. Snips. I can already this needs to be fussy cut. And then we'll do some sponging, I guess, with some mint macaron. I need to order some more sponge daubers because my sponge daubers are just about all used up. But I'm sure I have something that will work. Okay, there's that. Those two, not useful. Next, we need another strip. I'm looking for my scrap white. Oh, it's right next to me and I'm rolling around. So, piece of scrap white. Let's say it's been too long. Let's clean this off. It's been too long, or a little hello. You know what? I'm going to change my mind altogether on those two and go with one from In the Moment and You're in My Thoughts. Because I know now who I could send it to. So we're going to use some of those in a moment. But let's use You're in My Thoughts on this side. Put this one away right away. And Memento again. The mint macaron is for our background. We're going to stamp. Yep, that's great. Don't need to do any more with Memento, but I will pop this back in our stamp set. So You're in My Thoughts, and yes, we're fussy cutting this. I want it kind of curvy. Have to get a piece of mint macaron before we mount these on there and fussy cut them again. Oh, let's just do that now. Let's see. It's just not a color I use a whole lot of. I have a colored card base though that I'm going to cut in half. Then I'll have quarter sheets to go in the quarter sheet bin. This one, let's glue these on and do some simple fussy cutting while we just have them out. Get that done and over with. This one, very monochromatic. Alrighty, here we go. Don't want any sharp edges, just kind of curvy-wurvy. And I do kind of pull my scissors out. Definitely want them to know it's intentionally fussy cut it out. It's intentional to be so curvy-wurvy. And here we go. I'm going to cut that off. All right, so we have our two elements for the top. Now we're going to bring in our mint macaron, and we are going to do some some backgrounds, excuse me. We are going to use this leaf and this leaf that are not real any flowers, just those two images. Get me some scratch paper here, and we are going to do a simple border in mint macaron on this. So I'm going to do a test. Yep. Or do I want it full? Oh, I did that same thing. I'm thinking I want it stamped off. So everything I'm doing stamped off. So I'm going to do some there. A little bit down here. That is not stamped off. Ugh. Let's see. Will this cover that up? It will. Remember to stamp off. Stamp off. Stamp off. Stamp off. I'm going to turn it around. Stamp off. Stamp off. Now this leafy one, bring this over some more. All right. And shall we do some on the actual card itself, which is going this way. So we are going to do stamp off like so. Mimicking the first one we just did. Okay, line it up there, turning it. We're just stamping away. So pretty. I still can't believe this one is not being carried over. So there's that done. Now we need to do this one. So I'm going to turn this over so I get some fresh paper here to stamp off onto. Stamp off. Forgot the two sides right here. Here we go. Let's do that. And then we're going to bring this leaf in up like so. Right there. And that was the wrong one. I wonder if I should just go back now and add some full. That's what we're going to do. We are going to fix it. And some right there. So this one is going to actually, that looks pretty dang cool. Okay. That one's like so. This part, stamp off there, stamp off, because you won't see much of this at all because I have the border. We will add the extra full strength mint macaron in here. And this corner. So they are a wee bit different. And that's all there is to it. So I'm going to set those aside out of our way and let's get putting these cards together. There is, ooh, I can already tell I want to sponge this in the mint macaron. So I need a sponge dauber. Let's see, do I have a white one at all? I don't have anything close to this color. And somewhere my little baggie has disappeared. So I'm going to go back to the handy dandy sponges we no longer carry. These, but I still have quite a bit. There's a basically new one right there. And that's how I'm going to get this done. We're going to bring all of that in. I guess sponge daubers need to be at the top of my order. I have to be really careful in my order this month because it's costing us, it already cost me $150, $170 for a plane ticket because we're moving my aunt, and for her U-Haul and everything's about $500-600, and we only get paid once a month. We knew it was coming, so might have to hold off on some of my things I want to order from the new catalog, and hope y'all understand that. You know, family is family. And oh, So pretty. Okay, and now we're going to go around all of the edges of this one too. Let's get some more ink on there, make it easier. I didn't intend on doing all this sponging, but kind of like it. Okay, our two wee little elements need some sponging. Our sentiment strips. Tie it all in. Now this one. This is the actual card base. That's for the one card. That one we're not going to sponge. I think we're going to leave. I already sponged the one thing, but that's all right. I'm thinking I would like to leave that the way it is. So we have our elements ready for our cards, but we do need to do some very, very simple blends on this. So let's see what we have. I have, what is this color? Blush, no. My ivory, mint macaron, definitely need that. And a color for her hair. Let's see, I should have probably picked these beforehand. Those are mocha, we'll do cinnamon cider or crumb cake. What is this? I might do her shirt. Let's see what we have here. Let's do, this is the old ivory color. And I need to get the new ones. Just to do her hands and her feet. I really want to keep this very simple, very monochromatic. As far as the colors we're using. Okay, so that's our ivory. We are going to go with dark. Oh, let's do her hair first. We're going to do it. I brought in, what was this color? Soft suede. That is so not going to happen. Let's do light cinnamon cider. My hair is now blonde because my daughter bleaches it and dyes it for me to cover up all my gray hairs. And it does look awesome. But I did have brown hair. So do that, and we can bring in, actually the cinnamon cider looks really good for hair. Okay, I can bring the dark in first on this one. It really doesn't matter which way you do it, or at least I don't think it matters. I am going to have her shirt. Trying to think. We are going to do some denim pants, maybe. Mint macaron pants. Misty Moonlight. That would be a good color for her pants. Right? And I do know this, I want the, that is not the color I pulled Pool Party. I wanted the balmy blue. Let's see, let's test and see if we want to use, that's light balmy blue, dark balmy blue. Nope. I just want the light balmy blue, and you'll see what I'm doing here in a second. I am just ever so slightly going to come into this window and highlight a little bit of it up. Only on the left hand side. I'm not doing the whole window, okay? Only the left hand side of where the window would be, just to highlight it. We are going to do dark cinnamon cider for the window pane, like it's wood. No blending here, just coloring. Let's repeat that over here. So down the center. Move that out of my way. I forgot to do the blue on this one, but we will bring it back in and finish that. I'm thinking I want her shirt to stay white. All right. So the light balmy blue, once again, left hand side only. And the bottoms of these need just a tad. Okay. Now I definitely know we're going to bring in, let's see, what is this? This is my dark. We already used the dark. We are going to do light cinnamon cider for where she's sitting. Grounding her out here, okay? I just checked the camera, making sure everybody can see what I am doing. And we're doing 2 cards at one time, each a little different, all using leftover pieces from each other. Now we want to bring in our mint macaron, and we're going to do that first with the dark. Just looking for the tip I want. We're going to do our pillow. I shouldn't have done that so dark, but that's okay. You know what? I think we'll do her shirt in the mint macaron. So we're just basically outlining our shirt a bit and doing where the creases are. Let's repeat in the pants. Oh, I didn't mean to do the pants. Sorry, everybody. Her shirt. That won't show because we're doing her pants in blue. All right, so now we're ready for our light. I'm going to use the brush tip on this. And on our shirt. Oh, that's coming together really. This is going to be really pretty. So our pillows, mint macaron. Macaron. I always want to say macaroon, but okay. Now, since I already kind of messed up, you guys saw in her pants, let's bring in the, I thought I brought in night, oh, we're doing Misty Moonlight. No, Night of Navy. So, giving her dark denim pants. The waistband, I see where right here we need to touch up her, right there. Let's do it over here where her shirt is showing a little bit of her backside. Okay, so let's do these pants, the waistband, the pocket. That's in the dark, and we're gonna do light, making sure I got Night of Navy. Alrighty. You could not make me wear denim right now for nothing. I am slacks or leggings right now. Ever since my hysterectomy, it's just, ooh, that is coming out really sharp. Really sharp. Can't even tell I put the mint macaron on these pant legs by accident. Okay, now I have a little bit of dilemma. We have what to do with her hair in the coffee cup. So we're going to just do the coffee cup in the lights and her little hair piece. Barrette is going to be, and there she is all finished. She wasn't that hard to do. I'm going to set those aside. Now let's assemble our card. First thing is we're going to do the card with the larger image. And I know that we need this in here, so I need to add some glue. Right around the edge of this frame that we made using the stitched rectangle dies. I want her relative there. Perfect. Now we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. There's glue. We don't want that. Dimensional container. I've been a dimensional day. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 3 in the middle. Oops. When my hands get really cold, they ache so bad. I cannot pronounce it. It starts with an R. I have this syndrome where I think it's blood flow. My hands and feet get really cold. So making sure my card here. See, I could have glued that upside down. So here we go. This is our wee little frame. Oh, so darling. Now this is where my ribbon comes in. The seam binding ribbon. Sounds like my husband's alarm on his truck is going off. Set that down here. I want, let's see. I thought we're going to color this. Let's color some of this. We're going to make this mint macaron. And how we're going to do that is using the blends. I want it in the dark. Not sure exactly how much I really need. Let's get my bow maker because we need a little bit of a bow here. Just a little bow, not a big one. So I have to lay it this way so you guys can see it. This will give me an estimate of how much ribbon I need to do. I think we could make our bow a little bit bigger. All right. There we have it. Now I can measure it. We needed roughly 7 inches. So let's finish coloring our ribbon. Okay. And now I can use the bow maker again, bring it in and make us a pretty little bow. Now my husband just made this from scrap pieces of a 2x6 and some wooden dowels I had in my craft stash from the dollar store. Really simply done with the drill. Oops, almost lost my. So this we are going to glue down now. You can find the glue bottle. You can see the rainbows on the back side. I'm not going to put anything on the inside of these cards yet. Because I'm just going to handwrite in them. So, lining that up around like so. Keep sticking to the tape. And we need a wee little bit. I keep sticking to the tape. Let me see, where is my needle? My needle disappeared. All right, let's try or take your pick tool, which normally, sometimes it just doesn't pick them up like I like them to be. Stick one there. One on each of the bow loops. So for a total of 3. Now, before we go any further, let's trim our ribbon ends. Okay. We can glue this down, or actually we can pop it up even. It's already popped up a little bit more. It's not going to hurt it. Let's see. and get these little ends off, backings off of the glue dots. Gonna stick it right there. So there is our first card, monochromatic. Oh, it came out really cute. Okay, card number 1 is done. That was my main card idea. Next, let's do with what came next for our card. So this one is getting popped up on dimensionals on this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't need a whole lot on this one. Just need the bases covered. Ugh. All right, making sure we got the card going the right way. There we have it. Next, that's our element and our wee little bits of DSP cut from the scraps of the other card. I'm going to put this one down in the lower right hand corner, one in the upper left, one in the lower right. Now that is going to bring it in the center. In fact, let's see. Yes, where is my little... Okay, I am thinking about coming in with this little leaf right across here in the mint macaron. This white just needs a little something. I want it to be flat otherwise. So if I ruin it, I ruin it. We'll see what happens. Like some hanging vines. Stamp off. Or her wallpaper. Yeah, I like that. And I need a piece of scratch paper because I want a little bit more of the leaves hanging down there. Now I'm happy. So now we're gonna pop that. Should I do some stamping on this part? Probably so, because it's looking really kind of lost. So let's do stamp off. We're gonna just mimic our same pattern we did, making sure it's stamped off. And our big leafy one, stamp off. There we go. Now we have it all done. And maybe some sponging just to frame this in it. I wasn't going to do any sponging on this, but I am now. It's going to be real faint. And our sentiment. Yep, that's how we're doing it. So we're going to glue this now down in its spot. Don't need that anymore. Yeah, I like that sponge just that little bit. Next, we're going to glue this part of her down. Onto our card base. This one, like I said, is all flat. Won't cause any extra for postage. So you are in my thoughts. There we have it. Ooh, what a mess I've got to clean up, but that is the way it goes when you are playing and having a good time. Our 2 cards for this. Don't know how you guys can see them. Let's see if I put them in a bit like that. This was the one I originally was thinking of creating, and then I thought, as I had elements, let's do 2 cards. Just a little bit different. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, make a comment, let me know. If you didn't, let me know too. I'm open to, any comments. Please be polite. And if you don't need to be polite, if you don't want to, but be respectful. All right. Happy stamping out there, everybody. Bye-bye.